Great to have you with us on this Wednesday morning. Some special guests in our studio. Waking up nice and early, I have Staff Sergeant Lagares and Staff Sergeant McGill here this morning. They are recruiters with the Air Force, and waking up nice and early to talk about that.
Yes.
Recruiting is the main focus, what you guys do daily, and we always want to encourage folks, if you're interested in maybe joining the Air Force, how to do it. Also, things have kind of changed a little bit since the pandemic and how you recruit individuals, and I want to talk a little bit about that. So tell me a little bit how it's been since the pandemic. That's changed things for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So since the pandemic, it's been a lot of in-person interaction, but now ever since then, people have been very hesitant to come in person, just so that way they don't contract that virus or whatnot. So really, we've been depending more on social media, Zoom calling, group chats, getting out and about in the public so that people can see that we're real people.
Right.
As you may know, since the pandemic, it's like scammers have risen. If you send a text or call, people are like, are you a bot? Are you a real person? So now we really have to figure out ways to let people know that we're a real person.
Right.
We are who we say we are.
Yes.
And yeah, we come, no harm.
Right, yeah, and the information you have is good information and helpful. You're a great resource. And so what are some ways now? You said social media has really picked up. So you guys are finding yourselves even having maybe try to be more creative for this generation, I'm sure too, that also is very reliant on social media.
Definitely, we kind of have to get more out of our comfort zone and kind of create Instagram reels and videos to kind of really get with the teenagers and, you know, really show them that, that we are human and that, you know, we're just here to help them out and that it's, you know, it's not hard to approach us.
Definitely. You know? And so if anyone at home is thinking this might be a career path for them, how should they reach out to you?
So best way, well-known way, is go airforce.com.
Okay.
Once you go to airforce.com, on the very bottom of the page is a link that says find your recruiter. Once you do that, you enter your zip code and your education history.
Okay.
And once that happens, it'll ping your nearest recruiter, which should be us.
Yeah, these two should pop up for you. And very reliable because they're here nice and bright and early for you as well. And you also have a recruiting office right on 23rd Street.
Yes.
Okay, can anyone show up there whenever?
They can. So we do a lot of walk-ins now. For a little while there where you weren't, it was appointment only, but now we've really opened up to the public. Just so everyone knows, we're no longer located where all the other branches are.
Okay.
So we used to be located across the street from where Krispy Kreme is.
Yes.
Now we've moved further all the way down to the end of 23rd Street and we're next to PetSmart.
Okay.
That's where you can find us.
Alrighty, next to PetSmart. And so that's awesome that you're able to kind of open that office more now for the walk-ins. And then you both have cell phone numbers as well that you're able to be reached at, which we'll have online. And we just, you know, for those that may be at home thinking, well, I don't know, maybe is this a career path for me? Maybe they're not sure. You're always there to answer questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Always.
I think the biggest thing with us that people need to know, the recruiters, we are here and we're meant to educate. Educate more than anything else. Know what your options are before you make that dive into life, especially out of high school. Because out of high school, you're like, what do I do? What's the next step? I don't have a schedule anymore.
And there's so much pressure to make that decision as well, and so really keeping your options open.
Yeah, there's so many pathways out there in the military and even with each branch, but especially within the Air Force, there's so many different jobs and so many different paths that you can take. So that's what you two are here for.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Alrighty, so we appreciate you waking up early with us and sharing that with us, and we'll have all of this online as well at mypanhandle.com.